Dear Tory Lanez supporters, I want to ask you this simple question. If I told you the truth and it's proven that Tory Lanez lied, would you believe me? Just curious. Would you believe me? Okay. Let's have an agreement contest, okay? Just a simple agreement contest. If I'm right, I want you to comment, dang, all right, keep going. That's all you gotta do. You don't even have to admit you were wrong. Tory Lanez is a very good liar. He's a standard textbook definition of a narcissist. I want to start with literally this one thing, this one simple thing. And once we get this started, you'll understand he's been lying to you guys. But if you're too fanned out, if you want to sleep with Tory Lanez, or if you're just a super fan of you hate Megan Thee Stallion, then please do me a favor. Just watch the video. Prepare to be what we call on the West Coast in the early 90s, molded. And guess what? I got receipts. Let's start with Exhibit A. You ready for this? When the video stops, you'll understand what's going to happen. Let's go.
Tory Lanez breaking his silence in his first ever broadcast interview from behind bars since being found guilty of shooting Grammy winner Megan Thee Stallion in the foot outside a party in 2020.
I've never been violent towards a woman. I would never hit a woman, let alone shoot a woman.
Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, spoke to NBC News from California Men's Colony, a prison where he's 3 years into a 10-year sentence after being found guilty on 3 felony counts, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
There is definitely a very big misconception about me that seems to the public as I'm this monster. And I feel like I was catapulted into this poster child for the unprotection of Black women. And it's just so unlike me. And I've never really had a chance to express that. But you can look at my criminal record. I don't have one.
Jurors heard today that Tory Lanez had a 2017 criminal case in Broward County, Florida, that ended with diversion. Prosecutors won the right to introduce after defense said Tory was never on probation. Megan claims Tory offered her $1 million for silence. It said he was on probation. Shot her, correct? Answer, yes. Question, and both Tory and Kelsey got out of the car and came to her aid, right? Answer, yes. Question, and she told you that Tory said, please don't tell anybody. I'm already on probation, correct? Answer, yes. Question, but he wasn't on probation, was he? Answer, not that I could find, no. Question, did you form any opinion about the... Bam! Y'all want to make some free money? Hit free cash. Yep, hit that QR code right there. Hit free cash. Play hundreds of games. Get on that platform. Win some money. How? Just play these dang games. Once y'all play the games, win your money. They're not selling you content. They're not selling you info. They're not selling you any doggone thing. Just click right there or tap the link in the description. And buddy, let me tell you, you're going to get your money on. It's holiday season, ain't it? So, man, I know a lot of y'all just scrolling, playing your games. Why not get paid to do the same thing? Hundreds of games to choose from. Click right here to see if your favorite is in there. Other than that, let's get back to the content. Truthfulness of Megan saying that Tory would say he was on probation when he wasn't on probation. Answer, I cannot see that he was on probation, ma'am. Question, but did you form any opinion about her saying that he said something like that he wasn't on probation? Answer, it was inconsistent. Question, did you believe everything that she told you? Miss TA, objection. Relevance, the court overruled the witness. I believe in my experience, it's difficult to believe everything that any victim or suspect says completely 100%. Question by Miss Holly. Fair enough. Oh, I know what you guys are saying. Sadie Nash, you said in the beginning that Tory Lanez was lying. Where's your proof? Because it's clear that they lied in court, bro. When the hell did Tory Lanez ever even get arrested or put on probation? Well, in Florida, they have what's called a diversion program, which means typically lower level or first offense. If you're from Georgia, you're familiar with first offenders. But Nash, we never seen that ever pop up in the news until today. Roll it. Well, Canadian hip-hop artist arrested on gun, drug charges in Florida. A Canadian hip-hop artist and Grammy nominee is facing gun and drug charges in Florida. According to the Miami Herald, Tory Lanez, originally from Brampton, but now living in Florida, was driving his 2014 Rolls Royce on Wednesday afternoon when he was pulled over by police for having an expired dealer tag. After Lanez failed to produce a driver's license, the officer noted an unusual smell coming from the car. A search uncovered less than 20 grams of marijuana in the glove compartment and a loaded gun in a center console. Lanez was charged with carrying a concealed weapon, misdemeanor marijuana possession, failure to register a motor vehicle, driving without a license, and failure to provide proof of insurance. He was released after posting a $1,000 bond. Lanez, also known as Daystar Peterson, is scheduled to perform at the Budweiser stage in Toronto on May 16. It's unclear how this latest incident will affect his ability to travel for that performance. Lanez's album, Told You, debuted at number 4 on the Billboard chart last year, and his song Love was nominated for Best R&B Song in 2016.
I never had one, and I feel like, that connotation that I would do anything of this monstrous proportion is completely incorrect, and it's wrong.
Lanez declined to testify during his 2022 trial. Do you regret not taking the stand?
I think if I would have taken the stand, the verdict would have definitely been very different.
The rapper's legal team filed an appeal, which was denied in November. But his team is continuing to fight, with plans to file multiple appeals next week, this time with the California Supreme Court, in one claiming newly discovered evidence that they weren't provided during Lanez's 2022 trial, including hundreds of pages of medical records for Megan Thee Stallion, whose real name is Megan Pete, which they allege raise questions about the fragments removed from her foot after surgery. His team argues that the fragments were not provided ahead of trial and that this was a violation of due process.
And we didn't have that chance. Or perhaps we could have questioned the doctors differently when they were on stand to impeach them, because it does look suspicious.
But in the appeal denied in November, the court did address the fragments, ruling that the surgeon's testimony was, quote, more than sufficient to prove great bodily injury on Pete. Proving something like this on appeal is tough.
This is a really, really difficult appellate argument for defendants to prove, because they have to show if the evidence actually came into court, the jury would have found differently. It's an uphill battle, and it's something that often torpedoes any defense appellate argument.
The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office and representatives for Megan Thee Stallion have not responded to NBC News' request for comment.
I believe not only that I was wrongfully convicted, but the amount of new evidence that has emerged since that trial, I think, has been overwhelming.
What has life been like in prison for the last couple of years?
Truthfully, I've done my best to keep my head above water, but mentally, I've gone through trauma that I sometimes even struggle with, because I never imagined myself dealing with things that I would have to deal with. I've been stabbed 17 times. I almost lost my life.
If you could say something to Megan Thee Stallion today, what would it be?
I think that I wouldn't say something directly to her. I would like that moment to happen in person. We've both gone through a lot. There's this connotation that, like, I share this hatred for her, but I don't. I genuinely passed that. I'm at a place of healing in my life. I'm at a place of taking accountability for the things that I did wrong. And when I talk about my case, I don't want it to be taken as me coming at her, because it's not that. I'm just asking for somebody in the system to look at my case and look at the evidence and ask if this was fair.
And with that, Chloe Malas joins us now on set. So, Chloe, Tory Lanez is also seeking a pardon from Governor Gavin Newsom?
That's right. His legal team has filed the necessary paperwork, and it is before the governor now. So they're seeking either a pardon where his criminal record will be wiped clean, he would be released from prison, or to have his sentence commuted, meaning that the time he has served is sufficient, and release him, but that doesn't change his criminal record. As for when this could happen, the governor typically does these twice a year, so this could happen before the new year.
All right. Chloe Malas for us. Chloe, thank you.
If anybody wants to, I've already read the full appeal, word for word, line for line. So whenever somebody tries to challenge me, well, hold on, we gotta because I seen how Tory Lanez try to do it, try to switch his little voice up. So we're going to do the same thing here. What we will do is we will try to absolutely show you guys where you're supposed to head to. I can't really do it that long. Yeah, that ain't gonna work for me. So, bro. Tory Lanez is 100% guilty. The photos exist of her freaking foot. It's not that difficult to even go on Twitter and see. Those type of scarrings, them type of holes, bro, that type of damage, you can't really find anywhere else. The dude literally admitted to guilt over the phone. And some of you guys will go, I believe this, I believe that. Well, I'm sorry, but you weren't in the jury and you 100% are not the judge. His ass is going to sit there. He's going to serve about 5 more years. And then he's going to get out and be deported back to Canada. Is what it is. Tory Lanez is guilty. Regardless of what you guys think, y'all didn't read shit. Majority of y'all are going off of conspiracy theories. Bro, he didn't have this, he didn't have that. Bruh had the damn GSR on him, but he took his shirt off. Took his damn shirt off. So when the plume effect happens, of course, he tried to rid the evidence. The damn gun was smoking hot. And when you guys try to say this BS about, he was protecting Kelsey. He was protecting Kelsey. Why would his damn profile like a freaking post that was literally saying Kelsey shot her? The reason the other freaking lawyer quit is because she knew he was lying and she was not going to risk her bar. Her being disbarred for Tory Lanez lying was not going to happen. So Tory tried to present the idea that Kelsey was the one who fired the shots. And for everybody who talks about the immunity, please note and know, a lot of you guys are here from the YSL trial, correct? A lot of you guys are familiar with Kenneth Copeland, right? Are you aware of the immunity that he had, right? If you're not, let me remind you. Lil Woody actually was never going to testify. They did what's called forced immunity on him, which means he was not going to leave that doggone stand unless he did some stupid stuff. That's the same damn immunity she had. See, everybody conveniently leaves out the forced immunity part. When she got up there, she was being very, very helpful towards Tory by trying to trick and woo and all of that stuff. But when it boiled down to it, they seen through that shit. She was coming in to actually plead the fifth. That was to help Tory. So when y'all say, she had immunity, bro. Why would they give her immunity? Because she was in there showing her ass. She was in there pleading the fifth. That's why. For everybody who claims that you've reviewed the documents, you read so many things, the fact that y'all conveniently missed that shit is utterly amazing. Or you didn't read at all. You found some good conspiracies and adopted them. It's all right. A lot of you guys work a lot of hours. A lot of you guys work a lot of shit. But let me ask you this simple thing, right? When you guys say certain shit about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, I just caught his ass lying, saying he wasn't violent. We already know that when August Alsina basically didn't shake his hand, he went and he beat up August Alsina. So I'm trying to understand how a person conveniently does violent things, does certain shit, always in the wrong, but you guys find out a way to be right. Admit it. Admit it. The girl, the young lady, Megan Thee Stallion, comes off as a damn Jezebel. So some of you will believe her promiscuous ways, she deserved it. But let me ask you this simple question. When is it all right to use violence against somebody, no matter who they are, if they didn't deserve it? I'm just curious. The way she operates, nobody likes, well, no men like, that I know of. Unless you ready. Shawty, you know that I get take cash. But if you ain't one of them, you don't like Megan Thee Stallion. And it's fine. I find literally 80% of the shit she do as a damn turnoff. I don't watch that shit. But I'm not willing to lie on her just because of what she does on the outside. It's not necessary. But we fair, square, obvious, and honest. And before I was Team Tory, I was like, yeah, bro, hell nah. Nigga ain't do that shit. Nigga not Tory Lanez, bro. Not that we know today he ain't from the dead, baby. Yeah, but he did it. He did this shit. And he's actively lying to y'all. Oh, now we have hundreds of pages of new evidence. Man, watch out. You're not getting a damn pardon from no damn Gavin Newsom. That's OUT. End. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody has something convincing to say. But please, if you did not read why the damn judge, just plural, said hell no, it's simple. Because they seen through his bullshit. Is what it is. Subscribe, turn on the bell, stay notified, share to keep your people aware, or don't. Either way, Tory Lanez is not getting out. Tory Lanez will stay in prison. Y'all can be fandom Tory Lanez, and maybe I didn't convince you, and maybe you just gonna be the person that you are. But I would ask you this: with all the evidence that's out there that y'all didn't even look for, are you really being non-biased, or can you admit the truth? You just don't like Megan Thee Stallion. No justice for no hoes. I get it. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on this one. But anyways, click right here to see how one drunk bum decided he was going to try to make life live in hell for his best friend on screen. Click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one. Reloaded.